Okay, let's start. Thanks. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what we did is we created all these locations yesterday. US, customer, okay, and some transportation lanes. Okay, we created a customer locations, we created a warehouse location, we created a production plant location. Okay, and we assigned one product to all these three locations, and we created a transportation lanes. The transportation lanes required between the supplying plant and the receiving plant, means supplying location and receiving location. In ECC, in general, say they will call plant, warehouse, ship to party, all these things. But in APO, we'll call all of them as a location only.
Okay.
Okay. But in the location type will be different.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is the basic. You understand, like the setup. This one small.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I will go you through the here the basic setup how it will be. In demand planning, you already know about demand planning. Demand planning, what you do is you will create a MPOS, and you will create a planning area. So here you will assign some characteristics, and here you will assign a key figures. You will assign these to each other. So then you will create a planning books. Okay, and with in this planning book you can assign only this, means you can able to see these characteristics. With these characteristics, with these key figures, you will use the planning. Is that correct, right?
Yes, it's okay.
Yes. So here same planning area and MPOS and planning books are required in the SNP also. But the main difference is in the demand planning, you create with your own characteristics, you will create a MPOS. You will say, okay, I require a location, I require a plant, I require a ship to party, I require a division. With some 5-6 characteristics, you will create a MPOS and some key figures. Okay, this is the statistical figure, this is some adjustment key figure, this is the final figure. Some 5-6 key figures you will assign, and you create a planning area. We using this one, you will create a planning book and use that one. But in SNP, you require MPOS, you require a planning area, you require a planning book. All of them are same, but only difference is you cannot create your own characteristics with the MPOS.
Okay.
And you cannot create a planning area with your own key figures, because some characteristics, some key figures are mandatory for the SNP.
Okay.
Without those, you cannot run a SNP planning. Okay, so if I go you to the one planning area, this is the standard SNP planning area. Okay, you can run the planning SNP planning with this planning area also. There are certain standard planning areas and standard planning books are there. Okay, I will go you through the in general in the production in the project also. Either we have to use the standard one, or we have to copy from the standard one. Okay, but in the demand planning, you just go to the MPOS. I just right click here and just go and create your own MPOS. You will assign some different key characteristics you will do. But in here we cannot do that one. We have to go with the standard one only, because if I go you through the standard planning area, these are the key figures. are assigned. So all these key figures are required. You cannot go directly and assign a different 5-6 key figure, and if you want to run, that is not possible.
Okay.
So what we'll do in the production also, we either will use this standard, or we'll copy from this standard to another SNP planning area, so that you will get all the key figures which are assigned in the standard planning area. You will get into your copied planning area also. Okay, first I will go through you all what are the standing settings we have here, why we need all these things. Okay, so this is the standard planning area. In this one, this is the standard impose. Even though you copy also, we will copy the standard impose. There is no manual creation of impose. But copying any other planning area, if you want to copy from standard planning area, but you still use the standard impose. You know the difference between impose and planning area. Impose, which contains the characteristics, the planning area, which contains the key figures.
Key figures, yeah.
So these characteristics, whatever it is having the characteristics which are mandatory, even though if you want to use your own planning area. Okay, first I will go you through all these standard things, then we will copy a SNP planning area later. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me go through. So this is the planning area, and if I show you, so yeah. So these are the key figures which are mandatory required, and these are the key figures. There is no here in the demand planning you use the aggregations, disaggregation logics, right? But here these are the things, we won't change any aggregation to the disaggregations. But if you go to the detail here in the key figure, there are new concept called categories in the SNP which you don't find in demand planning. Okay, that I will explain you later.
Okay.
So this, because of these categories, and these many key figures which are required for the planning, we go with the standard only. Okay, yeah. Now we go through the planning book, standard planning book. Sam, for the first few days, don't think about any schedule, any planning, means what are the steps or thing. We'll try to understand the system first.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will explain you step by step what are the things you need to note down.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, these are the SNP planning book. Yeah, this one. 9-year SNP 94 is a standard planning book. Under that we have two types of key figure data views. One is a normal SNP planning, one is a capacity planning. This is the normal planning book. So if you see in the planning area, these many key figures are there. Because of these are all required for the planning, that's why we will go with the standard one. So what are the basic key figures we require is the forecast, sales order, distribution planned, distribution confirmed, CLB demand, dependent demand, or this distribution receipts planned, distribution receipts confirmed, like this. So what are all this? There are two types it has divided. Okay, if you go any bank account, I'm just explaining how the planning book will be. In the bank account, you will have a debit column, you have a credit column and you have a balance. Debit means all the deductions. Credit means all the adding to the your balance. Like example, you have a balance of $1,000, and you got a credited some check you have credited of 500. So your balance will increase 1,500, and again there is a salary credit 5,000. Again it will increase to 500. There is a deduction. If you have a deducted 1,000, then it will become 4,500. So here these are all the debits columns. There are the credits ones which is going to add to your balance. These are the debits which is going to deduct from your balance. Okay. The same way we have two types. These total demand, all these demands, the forecast, sales order, all are demands that here we can call as a debit, which is going to reduce your stock on hand balance.
Okay.
And these are the total receipts. Total receipts means from year to year. Whatever you do, it will add into the total receipts. All it will add your balance, stock balance. The stock balance you can see here it is. So you can say it is divided into two. One is demand elements. These are the credit elements, receipts elements. We'll call it as the receipts elements. The demand elements, we have a forecast, we have a sales order, we have a distribution demand plan, distribution demand confirmed, and TLB dependent demand. All these are the demand elements which is going to add in the total demand. And these are the receipts element. Distribution receipts plan, distribution receipts confirmed, distribution receipts TLB confirmed, in transit quantity, production plan, the production confirmed, manufacturing co-products, and then it will add into the total receipts. Okay, so here the forecast means which the forecast which we do planning means in the next future, in the next month, in the coming months, how much you are going to sell. That is, we just predict and we'll keep it as a demand. So that based on that forecast, you will do a planning. Means you will try to produce a stock. Okay, that is a demand element. And if any sales order directly comes into the system, okay, that also will add into the demand. Okay, this distribution demand plan is a demand which comes from the other locations. Like this is a production plant, and you have in the production plant you have forecasted and sales orders also there. Again from the warehouse, if you get a demand, that will sit in this distribution demand plant. So confirmed also same, which comes from the warehouse. That everything we'll see in the technically detail once we go to the planning. Okay, and there is a receipts elements. Receipts element mainly this production plant. If you run the production heuristic, then orders will generate, that will add your stock balance. Okay, and all these things. This receipts means if you are in a warehouse location, when you request a production plant that this many quantity if you required, so that will add here. When you request, it will come here. The same request when you see in the production plant, it will come as a demand. The same request when you see at a receiving end, it will come here. Okay, everything you will understand a better way once we go through the planning. Okay, but these are the basic key figures which we required for the planning. Okay, apart from demand elements and receipts elements, we have a stock on hand which shows the balance and a supply shortage. Supply shortage means if you have a deficit, there is a demand more but the receipts are less, then it will come under supply shortage. Okay, and a safety stock. If if you maintain any safety stock, then it will come under this key figure. Like that, we have a 8086 80 issues also that we'll go through once we go into the technical one. Okay, this you can say that it is already created and you are showing to me, but it is the standard one. We use that one only. We are not going to create any new one. We just copy from the standard. Okay, are you getting my point, Sam?
Yes. That's correct. Yeah.
So there is a slight difference between demand planning and SNP. Like here, for all this setup in the demand planning, we just go and manually create every one by one step. But in SNP, we have to use the standard. Okay, and the second one is a capacity one. This is mainly the capacity what you occupy in a resource. It will show, okay, this particular resource, how much it is occupied for a particular month. All these things we'll see. So we discuss about the resources. So first with the general planning, this is the one. So yesterday we have created a locations. Let's go to the MAT1. This is what you have created, this one. 000. Let's say example this one. Yeah, see here in the demand planning, when you choose a characteristic here, the characteristics which you define in the MPOS will come all of them here. But in SNP, these will mandatory will come all of them, because these are the characteristics which are mandatory for the planning. So all of them will come automatically. But for the SNP planning, we mainly use this product location. Product location in the header, and choose a product and a location. Product is 80001 and the location is 6500. This is what we created yesterday. If I double click, there will not be any data because there is no forecast.
Okay.
There is no forecast. So once we get a forecast, then we will do a planning. Okay. So how the forecast? So let's do the forecasting in demand planning. Then we'll release the same forecast to the SNP. Then we can run the planning. So here this is the how my plan here is. Like here, if you do the same setup, we do your forecasting at a ship to party level, this level. Okay, in the demand planning, once we release, it will come like figures like this. Okay, then once this ship to party and this product forecast, if you release to SNP, it will come and set the forecast in SNP. Once it is there, if you run the planning in SNP, this requirement will flow to the supplying plant location. Okay, then we can run one more set of planning at supplying plant, so that based on this demand which is coming from this ship to parties, we will create a planned orders at these locations in the second step. So first of all, we need a forecast for these ship to parties. How do we do a forecast? Is we generally, as per the project planning, we will do a forecast in the demand planning that will release to the SNP. So, Sam, have you covered in demand planning release part, how to release the forecast into SNP?
No, actually. So this is one of the things that my trainer told me that I will learn in SNAP how to transfer demand from demand planning to SNAP. And
But it was not done right. I will teach you. I will tell you how to do that one.
thank you.
Yeah, sure. Uh, so here we need a one demand planning setup where we have this same combination so that we can release to the SNP. So what I'll do, I will just pick whatever it is already there. Just activating, because recently the server was refreshed. After that, every planning area went for the uh, deactivate mode.
So
So Sam,
SNAP
are you
works.
currently working?
I'm sorry.
Are you working currently in SAP?
I'm working, yes, in global trade, this oil and gas modules for
Okay, okay.
GTM and TSW. So SNAP works. We need to transfer demand from demand planning.
Yeah, once we transfer the demand planning forecast, the SNP, then SNP will start. So I'm
Okay.
transferring the forecast first now. So first of all, for transferring the forecast, we need the same setup in the demand planning also. Same master data you need to have in the demand planning, then only you can able to transfer. We just created a customer sum 67 yesterday. The same master data should be there in demand planning. Then only you can able to create.
Okay, and so we already have a kind of demand, or you are going to make from the scratch.
No, no, it is a two-step. Once we find already, I generally use a one planning books,
Okay.
few planning books which are already there.
Okay.
Here I'm creating a one for the same characteristics what we have here. A location and a product. They have only location and product. I will just create the same combination. So what we have here in this one we have, this is the shifty party location we have created. So I will do the same here. Product 8001 and one more combination, that is 71.
Just to understand, the activities that you are doing now is that you are looking for create a demand forecast and then transferring
Yes,
to Snap.
yes, yes. sometimes we get in the SNP or a demand planning. This is just common error I'm just showing. So whenever we get like these kind of errors, we'll run some consistency programs. I will tell you in the later classes maybe sometimes what are the consistencies, inconsistency programs we have. What I do is, now I will do a little forecast on this product. I'm doing a forecasting, manual forecasting. Generally in demand planning, you do with this forecasting profiles. I'm doing a manual forecasting and a key figure adjustment. RF forecast, I'll do it in this computer. In this forecast key figure, I'm giving some values. I set. So the same forecast I'll release to the SNP. Now we have a forecast in demand planning. Now the releasing part. So there is a T code called MC90 /n/SAPAPO/MC90. So this is the T code from where you will release to the SNP.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So here this part, the data source is a demand planning area and demand planning key figures you use, and then the target is the SNP one. Okay. So in the demand planning we are using this key figure, this planning area. What we just given a forecast. Planning area name is PA_P6. And the version, from which version you are releasing, we choose a 000 and a key figure. In the demand planning, from which key figure you are releasing. I have forecasted and the forecast key figure, so I choose that one. And this is the target version is the SNP. 000 version we are releasing. Here, if you observe, the source we have given a planning area, but in SNP we are not giving any planning area. Okay, we release to the categories. Okay, I told you here in the SNP standard planning area, we have a new concept called categories. If you go to the again standard planning, SNP planning area. So we have a new concept called categories, which you don't find in the demand planning. Okay, these are the categories. I will explain what is this one. Okay, before that, I'm just releasing the forecast to this category FC or a FA. I'll release it to the FA category. I will explain you what about all these categories, what we do, what is the use of this one. I will explain you. But we, instead of directly to the planning area, we are directly releasing to the categories FA. So for which date we are releasing 01 dot 0108 014 till 31st December 2014. Okay, and for which product is 80001. Location is all. And here this is a demand planning product and demand planning location. We choose, yeah, same thing. So this is a product. This will show what are the characteristics we have in the demand planning. So these are the only two characteristics we have in demand planning. The same we are using here. Okay, I'll just figure this. Result log. Get a result log. See here, cast, it is given error when you release to the SNP. Okay, what is error it is? See, cast 72 does not exist. The cast 72 you have in demand planning, but that does not exist in SNP. Okay. And the second error is unit conversion, error conversion. This combination existing in SNP, we have this combination 8001 and cast 70 we have, but still there is an error called unit error, conversion unit error. What is this one? Okay, in the demand planning we are using this key figure, this planning area. Okay, in this one we might have chosen a unit of measure. So we'll see what unit of measure we have chosen there. Go to the demand planning area. This P. The unit of measure is PC. In SNP, what we have? Let's see, we have created a matlock combinations. This one, 71. If you go to the display, the unit of measure, we have chosen a kg. In demand planning, we have a PC, but in SNP, we have a kg. That's why the forecast is unable to release to the SNP. So either we have a two option. Either you have to create a demand planning with the kg directly, or you should have a same PC in SNP. Or you can have a unit of measure called conversion. This is called a conversion. I'm making a conversion 1 PC is equal to 1 kg and saving it. Now we have a conversion. It is, if it comes a PC, it will calculate, okay, PC is equal to 1 kg, then it will convert that conversion and it will release. I will go for the release again. This is a release. This is a new
This is a
table.
system error.
Is yeah, system error something. Let me try again.
You have a push button that says release extended, and you have the clock. Which one you use to execute the transfer release to SNAP?
Can you come again? Second, please.
Which of these two buttons you use to release to SNAP? I see a clock and I see a other button, push button, release extended.
This one, this extended.
Yeah, I'm asking which
here
one.
This extended you required when you have a different key figures.
No,
Sorry, different
I mean the other one, the upper side.
Other side where it is?
To the left, to the upper left, in the top of the screen. In the top of your screen.
This one.
This one. You have this one, and you have the clock. Which one of these two you use to transfer or release to SNAP or you use the clock?
I use this one only. This yeah.
The clock.
Clock one.
The
yes.
icon.
Yeah, generally it will be released to a jobs, not in this T code also. That you might have discussed the jobs in demand planning, right?
Yes. I know how the job works.
Yeah, through the jobs will release. Yeah, in the activity, in the job activity, you have 4 activities: forecast, macro, releasing to SNP, releasing to our ACC system. So there is a releasing to SNP is their activity. In that one, we'll define. Through that, we'll release generally.
Okay, my question is, in the previous screen, you have the clock icon, and you have the
this one?
Yeah. This is to release to SNAP.
Yes.
Okay. That's my question.
Yeah, this once you click, then it will execute.
Okay.
So either you can execute directly. This is a foreground execution. So if you want to run a background, then you can choose this one also.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, since we have only 1 or 2 combinations, I am coming to MC90 decode, and we are trying to release from here. But in the projects, it will be a monthly activity. Every time you have to release that forecast. So what we'll do is we'll release through a background jobs.
Okay.
This is like a one-time activity for any one. Few combinations you can do with this one. Okay. Yeah, this is released to SNP. Yeah, this one. So actually, it is some program error is there.
Yeah.
That's why it is unable to release to SNP. I have to check with Mutli about this. I will have to complain because this server providers has to clear this error. there is a error.
Internal error.
Internal error. I have to complain on this to the server providers. Some error is there. Let them clear some.
Yeah, something is wrong there.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, you till that point you got the points whatever we are doing.
Well, yes, you first explained to me how the well, you create a planning run. Basically, that's
Right.
what we were doing here. We created a planning run and explained to me what same yesterday about location, different location types. And we found two characteristic, product characteristic and locations to create a planning run for them. So we create the
Yeah.
planning run and execute the planning run, save the planning run, and now we are trying to transfer to SNAP that planning run.
Yes. Right. So in the project here in this is a test system. Demand planning is we do some other combinations in SNP, some other combinations. But in the projects, you will have the same combinations what you have in SNP. Same combinations you will have in the demand planning. So whatever the demand planning do the forecasting, the same combinations will be to the release to the SNP. There we do the planning with the same combinations.
Yes, you're right. I suppose that that's
Yeah.
one of the questions that I was ready to ask for you, but now to clarify, it supports if I create my CVCs or combination,
Yes.
that should be the same for SNAP to create
Right.
consistent.
Exactly.
Okay. Six, sorry. Okay, now you are already done for the demand run, so we can use tomorrow the same run. So
Yeah. Same
maybe
run we can use tomorrow.
okay, we should stop here. Maybe you have the homework to make this works for tomorrow.
Right. I will do.
Okay,
I
okay,
will do, and I will give you a confirmation mail to you today in evening,
okay, okay,
and I will confirm you about that tomorrow. Same time we'll sit, but I will give you a confirmation today evening. My time today evening. I'm saying means tomorrow morning your time.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I can communicate to the same Gmail, right? What you have given. How you are connected to the GoToMeeting now? You already have, or just I send a link with that one you have connected?
Okay, okay. My
I'm
my
asking.
my
Uh,
Okay, for me, it's better you send the email to my USA, my personal address,
okay.
and then I can connect from there. So anyway, I will be aware in the Skype.
Yeah. You Murli told I just added you in the Skype.
Yeah,
Okay, I will communicate to either Skype or this mail ID. This
yeah,
one I just sent to you, right?
yeah. You can call me by there, and then I sign to my address, and we can start with the session.
Okay.
Wow.
So right, that's fine. So I will give you confirmation about the system. This one today evening my timings, tomorrow morning your time. Okay.
Okay.
So see you
See you
tomorrow
tomorrow.
same.
Okay. Bye.